Hello, everybody. It is great to be here again. My name is Gary Fowler, and I'm the host of GSD Presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. And here I am right in the heart of Silicon Valley in Palo Alto, California. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've done 17 startups, and I've had the pleasure of being involved in a unicorn. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion. Love artificial intelligence and quantum computing. We have an AI and quantum venture studio, GSD, and also GSD Labs, which is really curating those companies to be able to help them go global. Because as we all know, today it's important to go global and to have revenue. And with that, I'd like to introduce my friend, Igor Ryabenkiy. He's an entrepreneur, an investor, he's a visionary, a DBA, loves blockchain, loves really cool startups, and has an eye for companies that are going to put their dent in the universe. And with that, I'd like to bring Igor on board. Hi, Igor.
Hello, Gary.
How are you today?
Very well. How are you?
I'm fantastic, just fantastic. So tell me Igor, how did you get started? You've been in this for 20 plus years. Did it happen one day, or did you say, startups are really cool, I want to really move into this, or is it
No,
was it
it
really?
started other way. First of all, okay, I did business first not in US. Today I'm a global investor, but I started to do it. I used to live in Vienna, and I did business also in Russia and so on. I even didn't understand really what is a venture market, venture capital, so on. But what I liked after some successes as a manager and business owner, I started like to help young teams with advice and with money to partner with them, and finally we started to build what is really startups are. But professionally, I started to do it just 10 years ago. And then I already found what is venture market, what are stages, what are the laws, and so on.
So how do you go out? So Panda Docs, how do you go out, Igor? From your perspective, how do you find a company like that, or
Look,
Miro?
many companies, if you take Pendadoc, for example, okay, I met Nikita first at some event in Moscow, and the next time I met him in San Francisco. And okay, when he told me about his idea, okay, I was excited. I just started my first fund, so it was one of my first investments. And okay, he's really a great guy. When I invested at those time, I didn't dream that this company will become unicorn, but I like energy of him. And person of a founder is very important for me always. It is one of first what I try to estimate. Say when I met first Andrei from Mira, I even didn't know exactly what he does. So I knew, but I had similar project already in my portfolio. But it didn't matter. He's so strong personally, so I wanted to invest in whatever he does from day one. And it took me to be like to speaking to him. I become mentor for his company, and just maybe already 5 years later we agreed about because all the time he didn't fundraise. So we were okay. We kept the relationship, and when it was time for him, I also was not chosen as one. He spoke to all the market, and I'm glad that we became like his first choice, and we led his seed round.
It's amazing. So the first thing you look for is you look for the strengths of the CEO or the strength of the team.
Yes, it is most important because you can have amazing ideas, some technology, so on. But if a team that doesn't know how to perform and how to move, it is way to nowhere. So it is first to estimate abilities and will of the team to perform and may really make it happen. then you already should see, okay, is it market big enough for it? Will it be really something? Then you should understand, okay, what will be business model? How scalable is the business model? What will be in the economy? What will be competition, resource? But first, you estimate this. And okay, certainly, even when you are positive on all points, it doesn't matter that it will happen. You should also have some luck.
Luck. How important is luck, Igor? When you look at doing a startup, what do you think? Like on a 1 to 10.
Okay, luck or is intuition. In
Mm-hmm.
Russian, we tell chuika.
Mm-hmm.
Intuition is quite important. And okay, I never thought about 1 to 10, but it's okay. Closer here, it is
Closer to 10,
very
right?
important because for some, but also luck to be in right time and right place. It's also very important.
Mm-hmm.
Today we read, or yesterday was announcement. One of our portfolio companies, Deal, in which we invested in seed round 2019. They just declared last round 5.5 billion valuation. So
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. You
yes,
got so many bees hanging around you. It's incredible. So you look at the founder, and what characteristics do you look at? So what do you mean like strengths? So if you're looking at that founder, what are the things that you say, this is a characteristic that is, or these are the three characteristics that we look
usually okay. Usually, great for me is that founder can tell me what he is doing, why he doing this, for what, and where he gonna come. And then when he tells me story, I'm listening and trying to understand. Does he believe in it? Is he really capable to do it, and so on. So it is estimation. I also try to get, okay, I cannot even describe exactly, but I look at some methods of personality.
at. So you look at the personality. You want to see if you really believe that they have the passion to pull it off. If they believe in their
I
dreams.
can give you example from our other project, not unicorn yet, but soon to be. It's a project Squire. I met guys first at WeWork in New York. It is a team of a few Afro-American guys. Very funny. So they used to have a barber shop, and they thought, okay, we will make breakthrough on this market. We really, okay. From it was like from first sight, I believed them, and we invested in the pre-seed. And okay, today the last round was 750, like in August. So they really knew what they want to do. They knew pain of the market, and
Mhm.
they also like them very much. I enjoy every time when I'm in New York to meet them or to speak online.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. So that personal connection, that kind of feeling comfortable, how important is that with the CEO of the company of the team?
I always prefer to keep friendly relationship and with companies. Okay, certainly the more company climbs up, the less time team has for okay relaxed discussion and so on. But whenever it's possible, I speak to all okay tops of companies, not only about business, but generally to understand what's going on in business and around and so on. It is, I believe it is important. Uh, for all our companies, we have over 300 companies which we invested. But for like a majority of companies, it will be our portfolio direction. They take care. But for most important companies on which I really see that we need to make bet, we support them, I sit on board, and I take it very personally and try to keep good relationship, work in a relationship.
Interesting. And what's really hot? If you look, I know you love blockchain, but if you look at technologies, you can say these are really going to put a dent in the universe. What do you think today? Where does AI fit? Where does quantum fit? Where does blockchain fit as
Look,
this?
okay, quantum computing for sure, AI for sure. Regarding blockchain, I really like technology. Uh, But I believe I have so far just one investment which can really be, and this okay investment. It's a border of blockchain, but okay, blockchain based. It is global ID company, San Francisco based, with a great founder. It was also the same story. This company, okay, it is a stealth company, I would tell you. But I invested because I respect him so much, and I knew him. I don't know, 5 years before we invested. So it is really one of great person. And I believe what they do this global ID, it will be really something which corresponds to expectation of markets, corresponds to expectation of businesses in blockchain. But I certainly look to get more. I understand that DeFi, it is people speak about this already for a few years, but now it really become starting to have some form, and I keep my eye on it.
When do you know? So you hear people talk about decentralized finance, but when do you know it's time to invest? How do you know that that's the trigger point, that it's not too early in the market to
I
invest?
told you that for me, I didn't invest in just in a few tiny projects. Okay,
Hmm.
but I'm looking now for really to catch the moment.
I see. Okay.
I didn't yet. Okay, global ideas they are close. They are, it's not DeFi, but they do many infrastructure solution like sovereign ID, like payments. For example, they implemented possibility to have first Ripple first XRP card, and they already have hundreds of thousands of users and so on. But in reality, it is not DeFi. But I believe that many DeFis will be the users.
Igor, you do so many things. What drives you? You've had a lot of success, 300 companies in your portfolio, you got a lot of money, right? What drives you? What makes you get up in the morning and say, I am going to do something incredible today? What is that?
Look, first of all, okay, uh, it is very interesting because if I don't do it, what will I do? Play golf? Okay, go, go fishing. So I do it professionally for 10 last years, and I enjoy it because all time I speak to young, okay, to different generations, really, but mostly young people who are very much driven, and you get like their drive. You know so much. Why would I read about all this stuff or try to know it if I don't need it? But
Mhm.
trying to be in the stream of new technologies and so on keeps me like I read a lot, I hear a lot, analyze a lot, so on. So when I first started, I thought it was mentoring, giving my knowledge to younger people, to young entrepreneur. But in process, I understood that they teach me more than I teach them. So I teach them how to do business, general approaches, so on, so on. But they give me the right and the view how they want to change world, to change industry, to change some territory and so on. And I really enjoy knowing it. It's, we were, all humankind, we live in the world of ideas, and our business, we see you are in the same business. You have same stuff in your startups and accelerators. So accelerator. So you just get big ideas exchange, and feel rich because of it. It's
No, I
marketing
agree.
is secondary here. Yes.
I agree, Igor. And I mean, it's really interesting because as you're going down through this journey, and you start to understand where the market's going to go.
Yep.
It's interesting. So, what do you see has changed over the last 2 years because of COVID and the digital transformation? How has it impacted your investing? Because before we used to be able to get together with people, right? And it's been a little bit more difficult the last year and a half. How did you overcome that? How did you
Yeah,
go through?
for me certainly it's impacted us because a lot of companies from my portfolio is US companies or active in US, and now we cannot visit them. I haven't been to US since 2 years.
Wow.
Uh, then for new investments, same stuff. We do it already online. So it was first it was a bit challenging, but it helped that my team was already distributed since many years. We get ourselves, but to make a real investment decision, it was a bit tricky. From performance point of view, we were okay. We get certainly when COVID started, we get first insult. We just closed round in successful follow-on round in our successful travel startup, which get to chapter 11 in few days. So it is maybe 10 days, and they were finished because nobody. It was a black swan for them. Nobody could predict the travel just will stop in one day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was one loss, and then we get enormous growth in other because we had very few in travel, but we had a lot in distributed in fintech companies, in distributed workforce, productivity tools, so on, and some consumer internet solutions. So and all this started jumping. And we saw very successful both 2020 and 2021. Also, what I saw what was a general impact on market, a lot of free money. This money first flown to stock market, but I believe that a lot of this money also get to the venture market. Especially, it is coincidence development of crowd investment platforms and so on. So we saw during last year huge inflation of valuations, and I believe that it will be many flops yet because when non-professional money in big scale come to market, so at the end of the day they will be swept off.
What
Swept away.
about what do you think about SPACs? What do you think about this
Look,
wave of SPACs?
SPAC is nothing new. It's just became like fashion today. I believe it's for some companies good way. By the way, none of our companies in several of my companies discussed it. So far, no one did it. Maybe one now files for IPO. Maybe they will do through SPAC. I'm not sure, but it was a lot of discussion. I generally have nothing against. I looked myself at the instrument. At the end of the day, we decided that it's for today. It's not our business. Maybe in future, and we stood on a traditional way of M&A and IPOs. So, but generally, I believe that before it was okay to buy shelf company, fill it with money, and now they just did it something fantastic. You take shelf company and you already make it fluctuations of price on expectations that you will do it well. It is
Yeah,
sounds sounds not very healthy, but here is already like renommee of SPAC management. It is something also like with successful fund manager, because if you go to successful fund manager, you already expect the performance.
yeah,
So here,
exactly,
similar.
exactly. So, what do you think?
Somebody should invent it for venture. I also want to accept because we give so good return on investment. So probably we should already like to get initial price, not dollar for dollar, but maybe $1.20, like SPACs do. No,
Mhm.
I'm joking.
That sounds like a good idea, though, Igor. So, do you look at when you're doing investments? How big a check size do you write? How does it work? What?
Depends on stage, because we already quite grow quite well, and we have several funds, and now looks like every year we will open a year or two. Now we in proceed of second closing for our late stage fund. So we started with pre-seed very early, and here we give like 100, 300, first hundreds of thousands. Then we go to late seed, it is 1 to 3 million. Then we go to A, it already like 2 to 5 million. And on late stage, when we go, it is usually up to 10 million check for company.
And what is late stage for you? Is that like a big Series A? Or is that a Series B?
No. Late stage. I mean, okay. Somehow we go pre-seed, seed, A, and then we have gap, and we come already to stage when companies really grown, and it will be target is it already unicorn became should become unicorn soon, or it will be like on way to IPO in
Got it.
visible time. So we did this. It is funny that we did late stage just this year, but we already invested in some companies, both primary and secondary, and we get tremendous growth.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I mean, it's amazing. You have 300 companies. How do you keep track of everything? How many people work for you?
We have all team together is 15 people. It is we have investment direction, portfolio direction, and back office.
And how do you go when you have a company and you see that founder is struggling a bit? How do you come in? When do you know it's time to come in and mentor them a bit, or do you do that or not? Do you come in and say, "Listen"?
No, we do. We keep eye if we see that something gets over. We try to get to founder first to ask if he needs our advice. Okay, if I am on board or sit, then I do it because it's my fiduciary duty as director of company. But generally, even if we are not on board, we ask, we try, okay, to understand if we can help, and then we try to understand if we need help or it's better to forget about this because it's nothing will help here. So then we discuss scenarios, what we do. Okay, are there some remedies, or should we look for buyer, or should we shut down business, or should we just be brave and to get to round to some special round, and then in my story there were companies. Okay, it was not really, I was not on board of company, but it's a nice company from New York, fintech, secure, and they had like 4 years ago, I believe, they had a very bad time. It was a board didn't understand CEO, enormous burn rate, nobody understood, and then did very tough round, very tough. And okay, most of investors I also maybe participated, and the company just get up after this round, and today they're already unicorn. So it's
Wow, that's great. And so, do you lead the rounds or do you follow? How does it work? What position do you take?
both. Both. So okay, if I'm invited by lead, so only don't lead. If we come to company, we like it, and they already have strong lead. Okay, we will not really fight for it. Only if they prefer us as lead, we may speak. But we got like this morning, I spoke to some company. I believe it will be our next star if everything is okay. I liked founder, liked what they do. It is really. I did met him personally because he's in US. I'm here. But after we spoken, and he asked me if we will lead, I told that in your case I will lead, and I will be on board myself. I will not ask somebody from our team to be on board. I will prefer to be on board myself. So yeah, we do lead.
And how many times, before you invest in a company, how long, since you don't meet with them in person, how long does it take? I mean, what's the time from the first introduction in general? I'm not talking about these
No,
five.
it is very different.
Mhm.
I told you the story like it takes 5 years because nobody is in hurry. Company is growing, so on. But then investment come and skyrocket up. And sometimes we close deal like in a week because it's really hard. Because today also everything become much easier. If you don't do like a normal equity round, so on, you just go, okay, I like you, okay, let's do. Here's your safe. We will speak on round, so it happens quickly.
In a week.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
No, okay, it is not usual process. It will be months to 2 months.
Couple months, yeah, it's 2-3
Yes,
months,
yes.
something like
But
that.
I told you like extreme cases when you really like it.
I see.
Yeah, and time to time, like deal. I knew him yesterday, and we handshake and check tomorrow. So it was like this.
That's incredible. And so, when you meet those persons or those companies, how do you know that that's the one you need to do in a week? What's the thing? It's not just the founder, but it's like all the pieces together that you say this is like the incredible recipe for success. Is that how does it happen?
I should really get like gut feeling.
I
So
see.
yeah, if I got it, so I tell. Sometimes I tell, okay, my company. Sometimes, okay, not often, but there were a few times when I just my team, my investment team tells, "Oh, what are you doing? You should not go there. It is not right." No, no, look, I have a good feeling for the team and for this, but and there was also some cases when they tell me absolutely against, then I do it privately as angel. I just give my angel check, and I have already several quite successful companies in my portfolio, which initially were rejected by the team. It's okay.
Wow, it's incredible. We're coming up to the top of the show. Igor, closing thoughts, and how can the startups get a hold of Altair and yourself? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
No, I'm very public. It is beinch.com/Igor, or through social networks with my name. Find me on LinkedIn or Facebook, and right, or Igor at altair.vc. So it's easy. We are very open. We have a lot of inbound correspondence, and we are responsive. We don't respond to every spam, but if it's a nice pitch and it's like readable, we are responsive. Is inviting to discuss or explaining why we don't want.
Interesting. Okay, super. Igor, thank you so much for coming to my show today. I'd like to thank my audience for coming today. My name is Gary Fowler, and I am the CEO and president of GSD Venture Studios. And this is our show bringing the most incredible leaders, thought leaders from around the world together. Contact Igor. He's an amazing guy. He's done 300 companies. He knows what a unicorn is supposed to be like, and he can really help. I'd like you to say, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. And we'll be back again in 2 days. So take another edition of GSD Presents. Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you.